150 years of breakthroughs, milestones, and triumphs. 150 years of Children's National Hospital. 150 years of generous community support. You can give kids a future where they get freckles instead of chemotherapy and paper cuts instead of surgery. Children's National Hospital. 150 years stronger with your help. Please give today. Visit childrensnational.org/150 years. That's childrensnational.org/150 years.
Welcome to State Affair Passport. Join us as we explore the strange and unknown that lie beyond our borders, bringing you tales of terror and intrigue from around our fascinating and dangerous world. Thank you for joining us today. The topic of our story is a legendary creature from Scandinavia known as the Gulon. The Gulon, also known as the Herf in Sweden and the Velfrost in Germany, comes from Scandinavian folklore and is described as having the body of a large dog, the head, ears, and claws of a cat, a thick coat of shaggy fur, and a tail like a fox. According to legend, it is said to often make a kill, sometimes much larger than itself, and proceed to gorge itself until it is so swollen it is unable to eat anymore. At this point, the Gulon will find two trees growing closely together and squeeze itself between them, forcing the freshly eaten meat through its body, making the necessary room to consume the remainder of what it was unable to eat. No physical evidence to support the existence of the Gulon has been discovered to date, and no documented sightings could be found at this time. The Gulon is used as a symbol for gluttony, as it eats more than it can hold. It purges, then it eats more. Also, its blood is said to have aphrodisiac qualities and was supposedly on occasion mixed with honey and served at weddings. This is a mystery to say the least, being that there have been no sightings or reported contact, so obviously such claims can be easily dismissed by some. It is believed that the creature was first documented by Swedish historian Olaus Magnus. Here is how he described it. Great as a great dog, and his ears and face are like a cat's. His feet and nails are very sharp. His body is hairy, with long brown hair. His tail is somewhat shorter, but his hair is thicker, and of this they make brave winter caps. Wherefore this creature is the most voracious, for when it finds a carcass, he devours so much that his body, filled by so much meat, is stretched like a drum, and finding a straight passage between trees, he presseth between them, that he may discharge his body by violence, and thus being emptied, he returns to the carcass and fills himself top full. The Gulon is thought to be just an over-exaggerated wolverine. The two animals do share a lot of similarities in appearance and behavior. Could this be the case? You will have to decide that, I suppose. As I stated earlier, there is no physical evidence and there are no documented sightings, which leads us to think, how do we even know where this myth came from? Was it created to scare kids so they would eat the supper and go to bed as told? Or maybe shame people who are a bit overweight? Who knows? Some modern researchers believe that the tales of the Gulon were nothing more than early accounts of the wolverine, which have a reputation as a voracious glutton, often killing prey much larger than itself, gorging itself to lighten the carcass, and then dragging the kill away to finish later. It is also noted that the wolverine, from a distance, does appear to have many of the traits described in the descriptions of the Gulon. Now, I love cryptids. Their legends are very fascinating, but all too often we are left having to rely on our hopes and beliefs that these creatures actually exist, due to consistent lack of solid evidence other than personal encounters or reported sightings, of course. These are often word of mouth, and I guess it would depend on how much you are willing to believe solely on faith, or perhaps you just might simply dismiss it as rubbish. I, for one, am a believer in many cryptozoological creatures. Some may have been embellished to create a more terrifying or impactful tale, but I do strongly believe that odd or strange beings, animals or otherwise, do exist in some form. But I will also say that I look at things objectively, which everyone should, and while I do believe, I certainly would not mind a good solid piece of evidence to justify that belief in their existence. Thank you so much for joining us. Safe travels, and we will see you at our next destination.
Okay, parachute's ready.
Boy, the things I go through to get auto loan rates as low as 1.04% APR for 36 months on new vehicles with PenFed.
You are aware that you don't have to be a military member to save hundreds on your auto loan, aren't you? Anyone can join PenFed.
As someone terrified of heights, I probably should have looked into that.
Probably.
Drop me off at the shore.
PenFed Credit Union. Visit PenFed.org/autos or call 1-800-247-5626. Advertised rates available through the PenFed car buying service. To receive any advertised product, you must become a member of PenFed, insured by NCUA.
Leslie D won free groceries and Shop, Play, Win Monopoly at Safeway. Don't miss your chance with only 3 weeks left to play. Satisfy your thirst with Coca-Cola, bubbly or sparkling ice. Take a snack break with Sargento cheese or Ritz. And serve up fun with Pop-Tarts. Increase your chances to win. Shop these bonus ticket items specially tagged in store. Download the Shop, Play, Win app to play today. No purchase necessary. See rules at www.shopplaywin.com. Hasbro is not a sponsor of this promotion.